everyone. So thank you for your time and thank you for joining our workshop today. So today we will mainly focus on introducing some of the specific capabilities of our product, which is Anna, and also the difference between Anna and other AI products like ChatGPT or the Doubao like we use in China. So today I will firstly, we will skip all of the pre-installation steps first because installation is actually super simple and we will talk about it later and it will take up to 3 to 5 minutes to install it. So once the installation is complete, let's now take a look at our official websites first. So firstly, we can see this is our core main interface of Anna. So on this interface, there are several modules we can see. And so firstly, I will introduce our main concepts to you, which is agent. So you might be curious about what is an agent. So we can see there is see where my mouse is. So we can see a green button here and it's that one agent is online. So agent refers to a software download from our local environment, which Claude is an agent. So for example, we can see here, there's one agent online, which means this MacBook Air Pro that device I'm currently using, this means my Anna can now perform operations all everything on my MacBook Air computer. So the biggest difference between Anna and AI chat machines like GPT is that it can operate our computer in real time, like a human, and also complete some tasks on the computer rather than just limited to a question and answer ability. So therefore, to complete the scene, the first thing it needs to do is have an agent locally on our computer. You can think that this agent lives in our computer and it can operate my local computer. So we can see here, now we can see there is a folder inside my Anna workspace, two folders inside. So one of them is called contract and we got many different contracts inside of the folder. So we can now ask Anna, can you see here is a folder called contract inside my workspace. So we can see come up with the answers that it can see the contract folder inside of my Anna workspace. So then I can ask my Anna now, can you see how many files are there inside of the contract folder? So it said, yes, it can see exactly 50 files, which is contract documents inside. And also we got 2 files of exact Excel tracking files inside. So here we can also do some further actions if we want. So if I want to do something more in-depth operations now, so we can see inside of the folder, actually I got so many different contracts files inside and it's pretty messy inside. So I can, at this point, I can directly talk to the Anna and let her to clear up the folder for me. So I can say, can you build 2 subfolders inside the contract folder to separate different file types. Some contract is paid by timeline. Some are paid according to the progress. So we can see now Anna is thinking about the requirements I've come up with. And it is now creating 2 subfolders inside my contract folder. And it's now moving the signing based contracts to the first subfolder. And then I will move in the delivery-based contracts to the second folder. And it will verify the organization and the report results. And at this point, I want to also ask Anna to come up with a report for me to see clearly. So we can also ask, can you also produce a report about the contract information? Okay, so we can send this message first and let's see, give it a time to work, and we can first check the files inside. So we can see I've already come up with 2 subfolders and contains and also separate different folders of the contracts inside. So let's back to the topic before. I asked Anna to come up with a report to let us see the detailed information about the contracts more clearly. So you can see we can see it is currently doing on the analyzing payment tracking Excel data, and this is Anna showing its progress, like which steps is she currently now doing. If you're not interested in these kind of information, then we can press here. There is a little book button. We can press here, and it will hide up all of the progress. So if you're not interested in the code or do not want to see these things, then you can just click this button. Personally, I usually keep this information because sometimes if there are some problems, it will be displayed more clearly. Then that will be easier for me to find the error and fix it. So now it's creating the comprehensive report itself. Now we can see it's already come up with the report I have access to. We can see the total portfolio value is 45.26 million US dollars, and the 50 contracts across 2 payments type, and the completion rate is 24.3%, and the delivery completion rate is 33.3%. And we can see also the financial analysis, which is Anna have been analyzing the total paid and outstanding payment. Here we can see the information she provided us. So my request for her is to categorize all the 50 contracts documents we've mentioned earlier, and also to screen dish them according to the signing time and process. Then we can come to take a look. Before, you can see, you remember before inside of the folder is quite messier, but she's already come up with 2 subfolders, and she has provided us the detailed information about the information inside of the contracts, which is much more clear than before. So next, I would like to introduce our sandbox concept to you. I believe while you're hearing me before, you might concern about when I install an agent locally inside of my computer, it may steal my information or mess up my desktop. So therefore, for security reasons, we have add a sandbox setting, which is here. You can see where my mouse is. There is a box emoji here, and if you press the button, you can see I've already enabled the sandbox inside of my computer. So that means this AI cannot operate in all areas of your computer. For example, mine has enabled the sandbox setting and can only operate in this Anna workspace in this folder. This setting is what I made before, which means that everything inside the folder can be moved, edited, and also deleted. However, once this folder is removed, such as my desktop, she does not have any permissions to make any changes. So, for example, I can ask my Anna now, can you see, is there any folders on my desktop? You can see that she is unable to perform this action before because her workspace is limited to the Ana workspace file. So you can see is that we got sandbox restriction inside of my computer. So she can only operate on the files inside of the Ana workspace. And also now we can further look at the document. For example, in a signed contract, it contains a lot of payment information, such as like specific payment time. So we can ask Anna to continue review on the all contents of the contracts, summarize the current progress for contracts paid according to time, and see how many contracts are overdue and unpaid, create a visual page in HTML format. So I can say, can you continue to review the contract paid according to time and see how many contracts are overdue and unpaid. Please create a visual page in HTML format. I will further request her to read the contents of the contracts and help me to analyze how many of these contracts have exceeded the payment deadline. Then we can see that now she's already starts to thinking about the requirements we've come up with. And she starts to doing virus operations on her own. And there will be some detailed information. Here you can see what she is now currently doing. So as this might take a while, we can come up later to review it. So for now, we would like to share some other features of Ana with everyone. So first, returning to our main interface, we can see there are two modes here. One is Menso and one is Zen mode. You might be curious what is the difference between these two modes. The core difference lies in whether Ana has a memory. So for example, when we are using ChatGPT, every time we chat with it, we need to open a new dialog box to let GPT to continuously help you to solve the problems. So we need to open a new dialog box as it is a chat software. I can show you guys my ChatGPT. You can see there are so many chat dialogs here. And each time it's a brand new GPT while I'm talking to you, so it is more likely to be a tool to answer your questions. Sometimes I feel a bit like kind of annoying as my daily work is to do marketing for Ana. So what I do relatively uniform because I only have one job, but every time I need to provide my background information repeatedly. However, actually my background information is very fixed, including some information about our company, the product I'm marketing with, and even my team members and customers. So every time I chat with him, I have to tell him the background information again and again, which would be a waste of time. So this is why we will have a concept of the min mode here. So Ana has memory in this min mode. So while I'm talking to the contract steps, I'm using the Menso. So if I set hi to the Menso Ana, because I'm a Chinese, so sometimes I talk to Anna in Chinese, but today we are doing an English tutorial, so I will ask Anna to translate everything. Can you translate to English? And can you keep doing the stuff? Okay, and also for the Zen mode here. For example, in the Zen mode, Anna won't memorize anything, and every time we chat with her, there will be a new window. So for example, if I click on the Zen mode and we can say anything, hello Anna, to her, you can see every time I use the Zen mode, here it will come up with a new dialog box. See, it will reply me something, and we can try another one. I was still choosing the Zen mode. Hi Anna, how's the weather today in London? You can see it will come up with Zen 2, which is another dialogues box. Then you can see she's now checking the weather in London here, and we can see the current temperature, weather, and stuff like that. And when I came back to the Menso, is still solving the question I've asked her to. So we can now take a look at the organization results, where we can see these are all the working process Anna have thinking about, and we can skip all of the process first and see the results. She said she has already put the generated reports inside of the workspace folder. So we can see there are several new folder here, and we can see, can randomly open one. And we can see here is the HTML format she's come up with. And we can see the detailed information she's provided us, which is like total overdue amount, overdue contracts, unpaid records, and total contracts. And this took only like up to 3 to 5 minutes to let Anna come up with this detailed format. But if you're like doing this manually, it might take up to like 1 hour or even more. Most of the contracts are overdue, with only like a small proportion being normal and the total overdue amount on the side. So I sorted out the specific overdue time for her. And in addition, she also generated 2 more reports here. We can see here. You can see she also come up with 2 more, the HTML report and also analysis for us. And that covers some like detailed contents and also the proposed some suggestions and measures, such as which customers owe money, more money, and need to do some like debt collection work. There is also, you can see the analysis and summary here, which can also see the overall 26 contracts signed according to time, and we can see that she has already completed the work according to my requirements. In our daily life, if my job is in administrative or like financial personnel, I may have to track the overdue status and payment progress of this contract every week. In fact, I may have to such conversation with Anna once a week. So if I keep talking to her like this every time, it will be kind of tedious and also troublesome for me. So we can teach Anna this skill. So I can directly talk to Anna. I can say, can you summarize the lessons I have been told you to do about the contract. Can you form these steps to a skill called contract overdue inspection recall? Then afterwards, I can provide Anna with a batch of contracts each time, and Anna can follow the operation process this time to track and update the overdue status of the contracts. So you can understand Anna as an intern that you only need to teach her everything once, and then she will follow our previous agreement and execute it herself. So you can see the detailed process here. And she's now creating the skills. she has been summarized all the things she needs to do and display that the contract check has been successfully created. So now we can see Anna has been already summarized everything she needs to do and displayed at the contract. And she's been successfully created a new skill. And we can see the skill name is Contract Overdue Inspection Record. Then each execution will generate 3 report files, including a visualization panel and 2 detailed reports. And after like Anna has been created the skills, we can check in this part, we click more and we go to the executor. And this is my skills here. You can see my skill inside. We can see she has already successfully created the new skills here, which is called contract overdue inspections. And you can see export, install, and delete. We can click detail and you can see the detail here. And if you want to change like something inside of the skills, you can just click edit and we can change the things inside. And after you change, you click save. And if I think the skill is pretty useful and pretty efficient, and I want to like introduce my friends who also use this skills, then I can click export and allow to download. And you can download the skills here and you can send it to your friends and your friends can install the skills in their ANA system and then they can directly use it inside of their ANA. So I will teach you how to use the skills next time. You just need to add contract. You can see after I type in contracts, just find the skills I want to, and we've already add the skills we want to use, and you can message Anna anything you want she to do with the skills inside. So it will be pretty easy and pretty time saving for you if you want to like reuse the skills in this place. And back to the Menso topic. So next, let's return to the topic of whether she has memory or not. So I will show you. See, this is now we are using Menso. We can see here we are using the Menso mode as she will has a memory. So when I do some daily work, I usually use this mode because I hope Anna can remember it. And so that next time I talk to her, I don't have to repeat my background information again and again. So for example, I can ask her to summarize what work I did yesterday. What did I do yesterday? And you can see she's now memorizing what I've been did yesterday. I think yesterday I talked to her in Chinese, so she come up with Chinese, so that's why we can let her to translate to English. You can see now she's doing the memory search, which means she will search in her memory herself. What did I do yesterday? Then you can see she come up with I did automation and on operations and also business and email management. That's what I did today. And we can go to the memory function here. And you can see this is the total memory. I've used in this account for like 2 months. And you can see in our daily conversations, she come up with 3,244 total memories. And also it contains fact and episode, insight, skills, and like preferences inside. So because I've been using this account for 2 months, this is all the things she remembers about me during these 2 months. So for example, we can check our preference as I usually communicate in English. So you will find out the memory is mostly in English. You can see here, like just now. And so if we communicate with her in Chinese every day, then she will remember in Chinese. So also you can see there is a decay value in this place, which is here. it got a flash emoji and 100% beside the flash emoji. So this is our decay value. So because it's just like our human memory system, something may have been important to you like 3 years ago, but it is no longer important to you now. Therefore, on our memory system, just like the human memory system, does not always remember everything. Then something that may have been important to you 10 years ago is no longer important now. So therefore, this memory, it is one of the latest memories, so she will constantly strengthen it. You can see the value display here is 100%. It means there will be no alteration at all, which means it is currently the most important thing for me. When using the Menso mode, you don't need to repeat your background information with her every day because she will remember it herself. So displays can be seen that in March, she recalled some of the core work I was doing, just like I just asked her what I did yesterday. And about Anna's part, so because I talk to her about the things every day, so for example, I can ask her, like, let's ask her something. For example, what kind of person do you think I am? You can see based on the 2 months of the conversation, she said, you have a product manager soul with a hacker's edge, and also you are a community first strategist. You are fearlessly adaptive. Oh, thank you. So you can see Anna will remember everything you've talked to her, and she will like summarize in the sense you've talked to her and come up with your personality and summarizing your preference of why you are doing something. So we can see Anna has a memory while we are using the Menso mode. That's all for what I want to share in today's workshop. And our workshop is running like weekly and weekly. And please do check on our Twitter and also our official websites to see when is the next workshop and come to meet us again. And thank you again for all of your joining and all of your time. And thank you so much and see you next week.